Alright, so what have we got here? All of this food is actually free, believe it or not. So it's crazy, like here in Denmark at least, how much good food is being thrown out. So 4 years ago is when I started dumpster diving for the first time. And as you can see, if you look at this here, right? It just went on the date, it's 8th of January today. And this says the 7th of January on here. But all of this food is probably still good to eat. Like if you look at this, the meat right here. So this says this the 7th of January as well. This minced chicken meat. And I can see just by looking at the color here that it's probably still gonna be good. And I know from experience, if it also tastes good, then there's no problem eating it. A lot of this food actually stays good for many days past the last expired date. So the reason I'm actually showing you this, and I want to include this in all of these videos that I'm gonna be putting up, is that you can hear what my thoughts are when I pick this food, what I will use them for. So chicken meat, of course, this is gonna be a little bit higher fat compared to some types, but still a good amount of protein in this. 90 grams of protein, 152 grams of calories, just very good. Then we have this lemon buttermilk, probably gonna be good for smoothies if I want that. I can use it together with the bananas and with these clementines, which you can see that actually most of these are still good. There's one bad one right here, and that's probably why they throw them out, or most definitely that is the reason they've thrown them out. So I can use these three things in combination for a smoothie. And these bananas here, like, yeah, they are a little bit black, but they're still gonna be good. Like 95% of it is gonna be very eatable. We have more lemon buttermilk here. Then we have more veggies here, some carrots, just because I think a lot of people nowadays, like who are carnivores, they have a tendency to think that maybe they don't need that many veggies. I think it's been popular to kind of say it's better either go carnivore or go vegetarian. And I think that if you're missing out of one of these, you're missing out of multiple really good gut bacteria, microbiomes, and I think you're causing problems in the long term. So I like to actually the only foods I try to limit is refined sugar, and I'm gonna try to the next 3 months actually just eat no cake and stuff like that, and then also seed oils. So basically just limiting omega-6. So I actually took a lot of this garlic butter here, and I can see that this is actually all the way until 29th of 12th it expired, but it's probably still really good. And honestly, garlic butter is one of the best things I find to cook in. It's so good. So I'm definitely happy. Like I found 4 of these, which is gonna be plenty for some time. Each of these is how many grams? 100, and actually, yeah, it's like pretty much like normal. It's like with normal butter, 77 grams of fat. Also in this buttermilk here we have 51 calories. Obviously more carbs than in regular milk. 8.4 grams, almost no fat, and 3.1 grams of protein. I don't really care that much about the carbs. I think when I train, you need to have carbs. I try to get, as I just said, I want to get it from good sources. I also get some chocolate milk every now and then, but I want to try and limit that and focus more on eating more fruit these days. Then we have bread, because bread is just, when you need it, and you're gonna be using a lot, so it expires really fast. So I always make sure to take some bread in case I'm running out of some. Then I'm actually really happy to find this tropical juice here. So these are like with a lot of different fruits in it. I actually don't know what exactly it is, It's like orange, ananas, apple, some grapefruit, mango, stuff like that. So this right here is just gonna be really good for bulking. Also, pre-workout it probably has a high glycemic index. If you don't know what that is, that basically means it's gonna be transported and broken down in the into the blood quickly, so the blood sugar rises really fast, so the body can use it for energy immediately. So having this shortly before training is gonna be extremely good. So yeah, this is basically like an average day of finding of just I have these spins just like 5 minutes. Actually, not even 5 minutes. 100 meters outside of this apartment that I go past on the way home from work. So it would be absolutely idiotic from me to not go and check when I'm home and I can find all of these great foods that are being thrown out. It's not always this good. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. But here I have butter for many days. I have this for a few days. I have bananas for a few days. So other days I might find something else that I can use for a few days that I didn't get here. So I try to take a little bit more of the stuff that that I see there to make sure I have enough for some time, and to the next time I find it again. And yeah, so you can see that what I also like about this is that you never know what they're gonna find. It forces you to be creative with the food you're making. You're saving a fuck ton of money. I don't know like how much money this is. Like these alone, 16 Danish crowns, which is like just over €2. The chicken is like €4, €4.5. So this is probably gonna be like €20, something like that. I've saved just from spending like 3-4 minutes before it took extra on the way home. And so I'm not even only saving money, I'm also saving time. And some people may say that it's for like why am I blanking out now? People who don't have a lot of money that does this. Maybe it's ugly that it's been in a container with old food and stuff like that. But you can just go and clean it up, and you can something on your hands to make sure you're not getting any bacteria and moving any bacteria in your house. Alright, that's all for this part. Next time I see you will be before my training when I have my pre-workout. Alright, I ended up not making a smoothie actually, but just taking all the things in the whole form or whatever you want to say. So in here we have the tropical juice. I have one cup and another here. And they have some honey which I have actually bought. Then some cottage cheese here, which makes up 30 grams of protein. I had a little bit of the lemon buttermilk, and then we have 2 bananas here and an orange. So good amount of carbs here, which is what I'm mostly after. In this, the honey and the tropical juice is gonna go in fast. The banana is just for some extra potassium. Orange obviously vitamin C, though there's good options out there. That's more like kiwis as well. Just in general for the banana and the oranges to get some vitamins or minerals. So today's training is actually gonna be quite a fun one. So we're gonna be starting out with circle squat, no not circle squat, circle deadlift, and then front squat, and then we have hammer curls, 45-degree high bar with a big range of motion. So I'm using a snatch grip and taking it slowly down and before pushing up or pulling up very explosively as fast as I can. And after that I have one of the 3 tricep variations that I'm rotating between for 3 to 5 sets of just like max out. So really simple session. The circle deadlift is actually going to be supposed to be heavy double today, and I feel pretty good, I would say. I just had a good amount of rest from the low body training after being to Disfigure for a handstand convention for a week. And so, you know, when you go back after not having done something for some time, it's always a question of, are you fully recovered or are you out of shape? I'm not meaning like out of shape because I've been active, but what I mean like out of shape is not conditioned for the exercise that I'm going to be doing, that I haven't practiced it enough, but it's only been one more week than I would usually have. So I would say it's probably a good thing. My lower back feels better than I have done in the last couple of months. I've had something when I really stretch hard. I've been able to feel a little bit in it when I'm not warm yet, and I feel like that has kind of dissipated over these weeks when I've had the extra time to sleep a little bit better, haven't been as physically active in that body part. So hopefully that should be showing off and I can hit a good double today. And for the front squat part, I don't have a set weight or anything that I'm gonna lift. I'm gonna be auto-regulating, and I'll put the auto-regulation up here on the screen right now. So the reason I'm going back to auto-regulating after actually following a bit of a power control on the past weeks is because for me, I found that, and that's just something I found for me personally, because obviously doing this thing where you start low in FPE and build up, so you leave room for the reserve, even if you can do more, even if you could have set a PR in the second week, you save it for the fourth week as opposed to PR. And it obviously works for so many people out there. But for me, I just started to feel like it was burning. On days where I was feeling good, I had to not push myself really hard and leave something in the tank that I didn't feel like I had a reason to. And other times where I would like to take it a little easier, I had to push harder. So I'm very excited to get back on the auto-regulation train. What you can basically see when I have this up on the screen is that I have the ref down vertically and the steps horizontally. So basically my one rep max is 180. I went from 160 to 180 with 4 months of following this, like 4.5 months, around that time frame. And so what you can see, I have a PR that is 150 for 6, and my PR of 7 is 135, 137.5. So it's way below. Even the 150 for 6 was only an API 8. After having failed a couple of sets of like 173 before that, I missed a few weeks ago, and I just wanted to get a little bit of confidence back. So you can see I can easily, on a day like today, without pushing myself, go and put up 140 for 7, and that would be a PR, even though easy. It would be something where I set it up and have done something new, and I feel like I've given myself a stimulus. After that, I can easily go and do another 4 sets of 7 with 130, and that combined those 5 sets of 7, that would also be a volume PR. I would also go and do 5 sets of just 1 set of 5 with 145, or actually 140 post, and again that would also be a PR. I've done 4 sets of 4 with 145. I could have done 6 there when I really pushed it doing those sets. I think so, at least. You never know. But then, so 5 with 140 should be no problem. That's basically the premise I'm using for for this. After, if I've done just absolute rep here, I can also go and just do really easy work after, where we qualitative PRs, something I've already done before, but just with even better form. I don't really have to force myself to move up and set a new PR because I've already done that with a set. For the hair up curls, I'm using this AMRAP progression that I'm still playing around a lot with. I'm doing 3 sets of half my PR and then a max half set. So the 3 first sets, they're gonna be very easy. Like depending on the rep range I choose how much weight I'm gonna use. I'll either be doing 1/3 of the reps that I do in my top set and my max out set, half the reps or 2/3 of my PR. So the max out set. And even if I then make a PR again, which I hope to, of course, it's actually going to be less than that. So those sets, even though easy, they give you a lot of room to work on the technical quality. They prime you up for the all-out set. And for me so far, that worked phenomenally. Instead of having to do 4 or 5 sets that are 2 reps away from failure, I've seen tremendous strength gains from just doing 1 extremely hard set. If I'm gonna do it I'm also doing this for something like lateral raises. And when I do it for lateral raises, I change up the system a little bit. So I actually start with the AMRAP, because then I increase the intensity. If I'm doing 11 to 20 reps and I hit 18, that's a new PR. So the following sets are gonna be half of the reps. If on the other hand, I started with I have PR 17, let's say 16, and then I do 3 sets of 8, really easy, and then I hit 18 in the last. So they were actually 1 rep below the AMRAP. Another way around, when I hit 18 and it's maxed out with like my reps resting in the bottom, I can probably only do like 14 in the following sets, maybe 13 in the next one, because I've gone so hard. So then we're coming way closer to failure. Where the other sets, when I started with the sets of 8, they were all 10 reps from failure. So this is just an easy way to kind of play around with it when you're using it for smaller muscle groups. And then also sometimes I decide to go all out and outset, which is what I'm doing for my tricep right now. Just doing a rotating variation and just warming up with very high reps. And so far it's working well. I don't have any pain because I'm warming up with high reps. The triceps is really not that prone for injury if you can just get a lot of blood flow to the tendon to start with. The high reps almost act like I don't know why I can't remember what it's called. Like blood restriction training. So that's coming a lot of blood into the tendons, and after that I can do a heavier set when I'm already warm. And here I want to just outwork it. Sometimes I'm not even counting my reps. I want to see them when I go through the video. So I'm starting with different numbers or weights always to start with, and rotating between 3 different exercises. So it might end up being like 9 trainings between returning to the same exercise, and I'm doing it 5 times a week. So I have 2 weeks in between to get stronger. And so far that's like no issues at all. I'm not even getting sore any longer when I'm doing like controlled drop set. So that's really good. want to say, actually before going to the gym, the weather is a bit fucked right now. We're having the worst snowstorm that we have had in Denmark for like the worst cold and snow we have in Denmark for like 15 years. So the bus is not running my bike. The tire and the rear tire is punctured. So I have to see what we does. Maybe the bus is actually running and I'm lucky that I can take one. We're gonna find out a way to get it somehow. Maybe I'll have to go to the other gym closer to me this time. That's it one time hopefully. But we will get there. I know a lot of you maybe would make excuses to not go to the gym on a day like this, where it's very cold outside, you prefer to just stay in the heat. But remember, when you come to the gym and you see that all of those people you usually see there they decided to stay in, you know that you are outgrowing them. That's where champions are made. That's where the difference are made. When you can go through it on hard days like this, no matter the circumstances, because I think will not always be easy. And if your goal is more important, if there's more benefits to you than hard things, to me there's many benefits of improving this, like not just physically, but also psychologically. It takes a lot of discipline. You're working up you're getting a lot of discipline from going on the hard days. You learn that things are not supposed to be easy. When things goes wrong, like things happen, you know how to deal with hardship. Physically, the benefits are almost too many to count. You get better, get a lower heart rate, increase muscle mass, burn more calories, and can eat more, live longer, so you can play with your kids when you get older. Decrease risk of diseases, decrease mortality, all of these things. It's not just about just hitting the goal. We're going to find as many whys, as many benefits to work you also get when working towards the goal. And that way, all the things you have to do, getting all your sleep, eating healthy, eating a fuck ton of calories from rice, chicken, fruits, vegetables, becomes much easier. Not staying up at night. All of these things, if you can find your why and find as many of them, that it's not going to be hard. Alright, let's head to the gym. Fucking go, man. Fucking God. Kom on, kom nu.
Jeg synes, det er nok noget, der er kæmpe på, at man
It's already like 15 past 10, so at night, so I'm going to try to make this extremely fast. So I hugely underestimated how hard it was going to be to get to my trainings, but usually it takes like 8 to 10 minutes each way on the bicycle. Today, because of all the snow on the roads, it took like 15 to 20 minutes. So it was 20 minutes that I walked my day from there. If you think about it, that's a lot of time. But the training itself went really good. Like my main focus was obviously the deadlift. And I said either after a week off, they're gonna feel good because you're recovered or the technique has suffered. But today, luckily, they feel extremely good. And I was able to get what I wanted, 2 times 175. It felt like I could have done maybe 4 reps, definitely 3, maybe 4. So that's really good. And then I did 140 for a bit after. That was actually really easy. Like I said, you saw me record here in the video. But when I did the 175, even though it was not all the way to fail, it definitely took something out of me. Because I was really hyped up and had adrenaline coming after they said I'm going to do that. You just plummet right back down when it's going to lose a good few percentages. The fun part though, I don't know like why there was so much off. 160 felt like happy 10. Which is funny because I've done 180 before, but maybe it's just the circuit deadlift. I don't really care much about that because I knew that they might take a lot out of me. Then I just did 10 with 125 as a very easy rep PR. Then just a lot of pump stuff. I then went and did the tricep. Then I thought I did a PR of 27 times 73 kilos on the tricep push down, but it turned out my PR is 34. It's interesting, like how many less reps I've actually done there, because it was only 11 days ago since 10 days ago, actually it's 11 days ago that I did tricep push down for the last time. And I had a theory that maybe are true, maybe not, that when you're training something like so often, because I was doing tricep 5 times a week, right? I was always doing tricep push down twice a week. So then the technique really starts to get lost extremely fast. Compared to if you're just doing it once a week, you're not really missing out on many trainings by being gone for a week. It's only one training you're missing out on. So the muscle memory, like it's not like the muscle memory just completely disappears like it does with like it does with, for example, when you're doing trying to push down like 5 times a week. So that is something that's really interesting. But I would expect it to come right back up very fast. And I'm still stronger than I was when I began this experiment. You know, I just had the week off. So it was just the muscle memory that's gone, and now we just have to get that back properly. Then I should be stronger when after like 2 weeks again, and be able to get more weight for 30 plus reps or push the 73 kilos up to 40 reps eventually. But anyways, I don't wanna pull this out too far. I need to get some sleep. I have to be up 6:30 in the tomorrow morning, even though I can take 1.5 half hour, 2 hours sleep after my job when I get home. I don't wanna wake up absolutely fucked and tired in my head. More than I'm already gonna be tired in my lower back after the circuit lift. So see you guys.